Marriage Show with Regina Dorcas. Whatever it takes, you can fix it.
Hello and welcome to Spice the Marriage Show. I am Regina Dorcas. I would say Happy New Year, Happy 2023. Happy New Year to a year of thanksgiving, a year of happiness, a year of fulfillment. I know for sure this year is going to bear wonderful fruit and all our dreams will come true. And I want to use this medium to say thank you, my esteemed viewers and fans out there, for being a part of Spice the Marriage Show, for keeping me going on this program. Thank you so very much. We all really do appreciate. And I know we all had a wonderful and pleasant holiday, because I did. For the first time, I went back home to my hometown to celebrate Christmas, and it was a wonderful experience. It was a road trip. I went through the walls of Abuja to Kogi State to Ida, where we crossed through the ferry to get to Agenebode in Edo State. It was a wonderful and pleasant experience. Let's take a look.
Crossing to Agenebode. It's just a wonderful experience because it's something that I never saw coming, but today I had to do this. We're on a ferry going back to go there.
All right, welcome back. Like you can see, it was a very pleasant and wonderful experience, something I have never gone through before. It was so exciting, crossing a ferry with a vehicle, and we being on the ferry, crossing the water all the way to the village, and the village was beautiful. That's one of the wonderful things I experienced during the holiday season. And I also want to use this medium to also ask, I hope our relationships and marriages are intact, because I know a lot of people were served breakfast in the day and in the evening, and it was not, some were not good experiences. Now, our topic for today is going to look at what are those things that we have been doing again and again and getting a wrong result. How can we shape it? How can we do things a different way to get a right result rather? So we will be talking about things we can do in this new year to have a good result through the Valentine, Easter break and all that. It's a new year. So let's take a look at the things that we have to do to make our lives, our relationship, our marriages a better one. I have a wonderful, pleasant, heaven on earth marriage couple of the year for me that will be talking to us about those spices, those things that they have been doing to make that relationship, to make that marriage stand a taste of time. They have been married for 13 years and it's been wonderful all the way. You're going to be meeting Mr. and Mrs. Utomwen. We'll be right back. Hello, welcome back. If you're just joining us, it's Spice the Marriage Show. Like I said, I have two wonderful, beautiful couple today. They'll be talking to us about what we are supposed to be doing this new year to have a better result in our relationship. This is my special couple for the year. They've been married for the past 13 years and counting. And they are scandal-free, no wahala. If I don't know how to say it, because I look up to them to like say, you see these people, one day I must bring them. And guess what? They are my first guests for the year. And I would say thank you for coming, even though I've not introduced them yet. So let's meet Mr. and Mrs. Utomwen. You're welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. It's Spice Marriage Show, and I'm so happy. I'm glad, Anita, to have you here. And your husband, you know. Anita is one of those people, when I started this program, she would always say, Regina, I will come for your program. And she's been coming like a single person till she got married. And I'm having her here today. Thank you very much, Anita, for being here. Yeah, it's a new year, and, you know, a lot of people out there were served breakfast during the festive period, and you know how it is. And Valentine is coming. A lot of people keep doing the same thing again and again and have the same result, not a different result. And you guys have been married for the past 13 years. And I keep seeing this smile, this glow on your face. And I keep asking myself, what is that thing that has kept you going? But I won't ask you that question. I'm going to ask our chief here to tell us.
Odogu.
Odogu. You see, did you hear that?
I was just on it like that. No.
I'll be asking our Odogu today. What's the experience like?
Well, marriage itself is an experience, and I've had beautiful experience having mine, because I also married. I am married to my friend as a person, and being married to your friend gives you an edge in marriage to start with. You know, different people marry for different reasons. And I married for love and friendship. Before I met my wife, I probably had opportunity to marry with the mind of doing business, because there are some marriages that are predicated on business. Yeah, for some people, because you are looking at the background of these people. The father is this, the mother is that, and if I marry into this very family, of course, I could take advantage or leverage on it to get to a certain level. But I didn't look at that. I look at the personality, right? Who is this woman that can tolerate my own excesses? Of course, because I'm not a perfect person, like there isn't anybody who is perfect, so I decided to marry somebody who will take time to understand me, all right, manage my emotions and my excesses where there are. And it's been good, and this I've also tried to reciprocate, because it's all about giving and taking. In marriage, there are ups and downs, right? You have your low time, you have your hard time, but you have to be able to manage all of these things. And how do you manage it? One of those things you need to do, first of all, like I said, if you have to marry your friend, you have to look out for those things you have in common. All right, you have to look out for those things that you guys is compatible for the two of you, or rather, how compatible are you one to the other? And there are some things that I really found that there were this level of compatibility for us, even though there are still some things that she does in a different way, I do it a different way. I could be a very calm person in the house, and she's a more lively person than me. She gets into a place and the whole place is lit, and I am there, just sit down quietly, and you're like, oh, this guy could be boring. But then, but those are the different part of it. But then, compatibility is a major thing that has really worked for us, and we've also learned some other lessons in marriage. For example, if you have to get your marriage going, there are certain standards you have to set for yourself. I said earlier that there are no two marriages that are the same, and there are no two marriages that must work on the same standard. All right, you said, I want my marriage to be like that person. Yeah, it's okay from the surface, all right? Looking at it from the outside, you could enjoy the love, the romance, and all of that goes. But the energy, the work that goes into it, backstage, like we call on set, behind the scene, is not something that you probably might be willing to give. In other words, there is a give and take. You must be willing to invest so much into the relationship to bring out that beauty you want to see on the outside. So how much of it are you doing? And for you to start doing all of those things, you have to make sure that there is what you call understanding between the two of you. How much are you ready to learn your partner? All right, to understand your partner. Because if you don't understand yourselves, there will always be misunderstanding. And where there is misunderstanding, it sets the tone for crisis. All right, some crises start in a very little way, and before you know what is happening, it snowballs into major crisis in the home. Like start having people coming into it, which is a terrible thing in most homes. Even when you have crisis, don't allow third parties into your home, because that is the easiest way to rock the boat. So I told myself that if I set a standard, what I wanted to see, all right, this is 100% on the scale. If I have 60% of it, I'm good. I'll work on like 20%, which is a continuous assignment in any case. While the remaining 20%, I'm ready to cope with, which is tolerance. Which is
that's from your own end.
From my own end, yeah. Okay. So I'm ready to cope with the remaining 20%. It might not be easy coping with that 20%, but it's an assignment for you to keep doing. Two things you have to keep doing in your marriage. Keep working on your woman or your man, all right, to be on the same page at all time, all right, and keep tolerating your partner.
Anita, you've been nodding like, yeah.
Because I see it every day.
Every day. Okay, let's hear from you. How has it been?
Wow, it's been wonderful. And
everybody comes here and say it's been wonderful.
Wonderful, yeah.
You know, but for Spice Marriage Show, we believe, whether you like it or not, one thing you say here might help one person or one family or 10 families out there, because a lot of marriages are not working.
I'm not going to pretend. Like my husband said earlier, he's the quiet type. I'm
You're the noisemaker.
Not really the noisemaker. You know, I'm the life of the party.
Okay.
So I come into a place and everybody has to be light. I think that's what's worked for us. Our differences and respect.
Okay.
Some people don't respect each other. Some people don't even respect themselves. Don't talk of respecting another person. Okay. Now, I respect the fact that this person is quiet, this person is gentle. He needs a space at this time. Then I come in this time. Then he knows my own too. Like, let me give you an example. You expect every woman to know how to lay bed. Do you understand? I don't do it. I don't know how to do it. He does it better than myself.
Okay.
And he respect the fact that
you don't know it.
I don't know how to do it. And I call him, I want to sleep, come and lay the bed. Do you want me to have nightmare? Then when he comes, he arranges, and he knows, he respects the fact that, you know, unlike some people just say, so ordinary bed, you know, you understand? He knows how to cook, but he doesn't come to cook. He respects the fact that I want to cook all the time. I just want to see you eat. We respect ourselves, we respect our space.
Yeah.
You understand? 13 years, I never chopped slap. Do you know what that means?
I know.
Yes, so I've pushed and pushed. I thought he was pretending from the beginning. You know, when people were like, that quiet guy, you want to marry that quiet guy. Quiet people are wicked. Quiet people, you will change. Quiet people. And I entered the morning of my traditional marriage. I called off my marriage because I was scared. Like, this quiet thing, they talked about quiet people. How is it like? But we just continued with everything. And thank God that break did not continue. I don't know where I would have ended up, because I think this is the person for me. And so I tell people, learn to respect yourself, tolerate each other. Nobody is perfect. If the guy is talking at this moment, that is not when you should talk. Do you know there is a way we can hold these guys?
Okay.
This way, yeah, you have more power.
Spill it.
You have more power.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it.
Okay, you don't want to say it because it's here. Okay.
Every man out there have mumu button. Everybody.
Have mumu button.
They have it. You just have to find it and know when to press it. It's just like holding the remote and knowing that AIT news comes 8 p.m. You don't press them, you don't show. NTA comes 9 p.m. You know when to press that button. It's not when the man is shouting. you shout back. You
So
can,
what-
yes, you can trigger anything
From there.
from there. Just, sorry, sir. And when you ask for something, like I was telling somebody, I have 2 of his cards. And the person said, my husband is stingy, I don't have his ATM card. Now, the way you even said it to me, I don't know the man. I felt bad for him already. How do you ask your man for money? So I had to lecture her there. And at the end of the day, she was so appreciative. Oh, thank you very much. I said, let's start this way. Ask him for something. If he has it and he tells you, I don't have it, pray for him. Tell him, you will have this money and you give me more. Madam, let him go. That word, he will come back and give you that money. And she said, that's true.
So that's the first move button.
That is it.
He talks about percentage, like he was expecting out of 100, if he gets 60,
60, yeah.
he can deal. So what were your expectations
Wow, what were my expectations?
before marriage
Before
that
marriage.
even led you to like to the point where on the day of your trial you just had to cut it off? What happened? As in, what were your expectations? What were you looking forward as a young girl before you got married?
I was looking for someone that talks like, someone that vibes
Vibe.
like myself. But no matter how I push him, he doesn't talk. Yes. So when people started talking into my ears, like, this guy that is quiet is dangerous. So quiet people are dangerous. So quiet people are this, quiet people are that. I said, hey, I don't want to go into trouble. So when I called him, I said, I'm already dressed. I want to call it off. He said, is that what you want? I said, yes. He said, okay, that's fine.
He said yes. So what now happened?
Then my mom came from nowhere and gave me a slap. You will not cut off in Jesus' name. I ban that demon. This is not you in Jesus' name. And thank God she did that too. Thank God she did that morning. Then I called back. I said, okay. So I changed my mind. He said, okay. He said, yes. Are you sure? I said, yes. You want to do it? I said, yes. Then he said, okay.
Let's go ahead. He was so kind. He's so lovely a man to like tell you, you on him and off him like, now I understand where it's coming from. Okay, let's look at behind the scene.
Yeah.
You talked about behind the scene. What do you mean behind the scene? The things that have happened behind the scene in marriages.
Yeah, like I said, because there will always be issues,
Okay.
right? Every home there are issues.
Okay, if I may
So-
ask, have you had any major issue that actually shook this marriage in the course of these 13 years?
Of course, there are issues. There will always be
The
issues.
one major one that you would have told yourself, this girl, I want too much self. Why would she go this way? Why would she do this? Would this happen, that happen? Have you had one major shock that you scaled through?
It's normal. There are issues. There will be issues.
I'm talking about one because
Yeah.
in every marriage there is one that will come out so major that a lot you will like you just like you said, you do not have to talk to anybody.
Yeah.
But that one that almost was so close to like, should I talk to? Should I? But let me see. What was that experience like? What happened?
Yeah, I think one major thing that's
Happened.
happened in my marriage was the fact that she made mention of part of it was the fact that at the very beginning there were too many voices that were entering her ears, not mine.
Okay.
Yes, there were too many voices,
Oh.
and those are voices that will lead you astray if you are not careful. So most of these voices told her different kinds of things, part of which she has said a while ago. Why I should do this, why I shouldn't do that, why this and that. I mean, as if they have, they know everything about me.
You have a control
Of
over
course,
what was
nobody
happening.
knew me. They didn't know me. They didn't even know. I've always told people that I am not everybody. I am Desmond, and I am just one in the whole universe.
Whoa.
Yes. When you say humans are like this, men are like this, I am not like that. I am Desmond. Try to understand me for who I am, because that thing you think that people will always do that way might not work when it comes to me. All right. So even when you put the same situation on ground, you know, they say that ceteris paribus, all things being equal,
Yeah.
it will go this direction. Well, all things being equal, I could go the other direction. So you are wondering, how did it happen? All right.
And you still go and arrive on the same path, on the same
path,
place where
yes.
everybody is going. Oh.
Yeah, so I don't have to go the same way you are going, all right? The question is, where do we want to land? Where is our destination, all right? You could take, and I just look at it and, okay, I do my calculation, why don't I take this very straight road? But because everybody has always taken this winding road, and you were expecting me to do the same thing, I didn't do it, and it's shocking to you and all that. So some of those things were there by way of too much talk, all right? People close to her actually did too much talk. And some of those things I get to know, not even from her as a person, because I have my ears on the ground.
On the ground.
Yeah,
you know?
and being a journalist, as an investigative journalist, for example, one of the things I learned how to do very well is to listen to people. When you talk, I listen. And I could pick where whatever you're saying is coming from, I could deduce. So I listened to so many things, I heard so many, and okay, well, but it didn't matter. None of these things count. What mattered to me was the person I was in love with.
For you as a woman, I need you to look at the camera and talk to people out there. What are those things you think that they can change in their relationship, in their marriage, that can help them be a better person?
Am I looking at you, the camera?
No, look at the camera.
Wow, that's a very tough question. Now, if there's any problem between you and your partner, don't always put the problem or the blame 100% on that person. Sit and extray the whole thing. Start working on yourself. Start working on yourself. I'll say that again. Lay the whole thing on the ground. Pick out your fault. Blame yourself very well. Don't be in a hurry to conclude. Don't be in a hurry to cut the relationship off. And even before a relationship with someone, you should have a standard for yourself. What can you tolerate? What can you take? Like most people go into a relationship because, oh, they want to cash out. This person has this person has that. So the foundation of what you lay determines the kind of house you will build at the end of the day. So talk to yourself first, be the better person, then work on the other person. And don't force yourself on people. Don't push. The more you push some people, the more they push you away. Okay, I used to walk out, when we were arguing, I used to slam the door. Boom! I would walk out of the room. Boom! And I like that sound of the door. Like, yes, I slammed the door. And my husband called me, then we were dating, he called me and said, if we have issue, I like us to iron it out. I don't like you walking out. And we were having one talk one day, and I stood up to go out. I just stood by the door, I remembered. I went back. I said, this is the moment I would have slammed the door. But I didn't. That was all. Since then, I started sitting, then we'll talk. Then we'll talk. We'll talk. You talk. Seriously, as you're having that issue, you can talk to yourselves.
Yeah.
You talk yourself out of that situation.
Okay.
Don't.
Okay, in 10 seconds, say something about your husband. How do you see your husband? Say something about him.
Okay,
and I understand his birthday was on Sunday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday. How can we celebrate you? Happy birthday. Spicy Marriage Show, was his birthday last Sunday, our first birthday for the year?
45th birthday.
45! No, this, we cannot let this go like this. But in 10 seconds, tell me something about your husband.
Wow. Okay, I don't call my husband darling, only like the regular things. I call him Angel.
Oh.
Yes, even my children call him Angel. I appreciate you, and you know I love you. Now I got you back. Fist bump. It's my G.
So,
he's a wonderful person. I love him. I like him. And love is not everything about marriage. You can fall in love and fall out of love.
Of course.
Like I said, respect, tolerance. Yeah, in.
So what can you say about this lady?
Yeah, like I said, at the beginning, I wanted a friend. And I think I have a friend in her. I have a solid pillar, all right? Yeah, somebody who sees my vision and has stood behind me to actualize all of those visions. She's urging me on. You can do it. I know you can. Yeah, I doubted you. I thought it couldn't be possible, but now I see you can do it, and I will support you all the way. And she is very supportive. And if you have a woman like that, who is your fan, there is no telling how far you can go. You know,
Father Lord, give us a wife and a husband like this. So, people are just making me want to start blushing. All right, let's celebrate our guest today. He is 45, and we are here to say happy birthday. And I want to say a very big thank you to Mr. and Mrs. Utomwen for coming on this program.
Yeah.
But before we go, we just have to say happy birthday. Can I have my cake? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy. Are you not singing with me?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
Hip, hip, hip.
Hooray.
Hip, hip, hip.
Hooray.
And hip, hip, and hip.
Hooray.
So what are your wishes for this year? You are 45. Oh my God. A year to celebrate.
yeah, certainly a year to celebrate.
So what are your wishes? We know we don't have a candle, but we'll still blow. What are your wishes?
I just pray for good life. I pray for opportunity to serve humanity. It has always been, when God blesses you, it makes you a channel to bless other people.
Others.
So I just keep seeking that opportunity to bless others. And I want to believe that God will keep channeling those resources that will enable us bless others. And crown it up with long life and good health.
Happy birthday.
Thank you
All
so
right, let's
much.
cut the cake, man. Even I can't get up. No, just sit down, hold your cake.
Okay.
Anita, join your husband. At the count of, what should we say? Jesus. J. E. S. U. N. S.
Thank you.
Jesus. Happy birthday. All right, thank you very much, my wonderful and esteemed viewers out there, for staying tuned at this hour and time to watch Spice the Marriage Show. It's been beautiful 2022, and 2023 will not be less but higher. Like I said, a year of fulfillment, that year that will get everything and all our dreams will come true. Thank you very much for staying tuned. Like they said, do not bring a third party. That's one of the things you need to do this year for your relationship or your marriage to work. If it doesn't work, you walk away. But if it's working, you have to talk about it. Both of you are in the relationship together. Stay tuned and do what you need to do to make it work for you. I will always say, if you have any question or any contribution on this topic or any of our topics, or you want to have any of the copies of our last year program, please feel free to send us a text on any of the numbers scrolling on the screen, or follow us on all our social media platforms. I still remain your host, Regina Dokpesi. Bye for now.
Spice the Marriage Show with Regina Dokpesi. Whatever it takes, you can fix it.